Okay, I have 9 o'clock, so I will call the meeting to order. I like to, we got quite a crowd here today, so I'd like to start off identifying myself. I'm Frank Engler, and I am participating from my home in Deerfield Township, Isabella County, Michigan.
Hello, it's Steve Sweeney, attending the meeting remotely from my home in Mount Pleasant, Michigan, Isabella County.
And I'm Jim Horton. I'm attending this meeting from my office in Big Rapids, Michigan, Acosta County.
Okay, this time, is there any additions to the agenda? Seeing nobody raising their hands, we will move on to the call to the public. Is there anybody that would like to make a public comment at this time?
There's no public at this time, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, we'll give a little bit of time since in case somebody's late. Looks like we have quite a few items, so we'll try to keep on time as there's another meeting that 2 other commissioners have to make at 10. So please excuse me if I rush things along, if it gets out of line. So okay, it's still no one wishing to make a public comment?
That is correct, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, let's move on then. Go to item number 4, consider approving the grant contract extension between Michigan State Police and Isabella County Prosecuting Attorney's Office, extending the deadline to utilize funding through December 31st, 2021 for federal pass-through coronavirus emergency supplemental funding, the CESF, and authorize the board chair to sign the same. We've seen these supplemental funding before. Let me see, Margaret, would you like to, Administrator McAvoy, would you like to address this, since I see
Sure, certainly. I am actually going to defer to Dorothy Marshall, who is here from the prosecutor's office, who I believe is representing the prosecutor who must be in court today. This is just before I defer to her, if you don't mind, Mr. Chairman, I will just comment, this is almost identical to the extension that we've already done for the courts, that request. So I think Ms. Marshall would be best prepared to represent this. Dorothy, you're muted.
There we go. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So yes, this is an extension, just like you did for the court. It just allows us to utilize those funds over a longer period of time. And some of those funds were what we had kind of earmarked for use towards the new case management software, PBK. And so by this extension would mean that we would get our system all rolled out before we paid that next bill for them, and actually have some of these funds available to help do that. That's all going to fall under, into the next fiscal year for for the county budget.
do you have a date where is this going to be like a very hard turnover to the new software system? Or I know that doesn't have a little bit to do with this, but are you how's that gonna work? Is it just gonna be kind of shut off and shut on? Are you gonna work your way into it, or what's the transition gonna be like? I know the date's coming up pretty soon.
Yes, November 29th is the start date. So we'll have a couple of soft tries with it before then. And we're already very actively working with Carpel right now. So getting our documents in place. They already have our data from our current system. So they're working on getting that put into their system. And then we'll review it to make sure that it looks the way that we need it to look. So the November 29th date is when we would start using Carpel and then walk away from, ACT. So yeah, it's coming fast and furious, so.
Oh, yes, Commissioner Swaney, you have a question?
I was just gonna say it's definitely a huge upgrade, into the modern times with the Curtel software from where you guys have been with is that a state of Michigan software that you had before? Something I remember seeing.
Yeah, it's provided through PACPAM, so the Prosecutors Association. And yeah, it's an old system, and they've been working on trying to get one that would be a cloud-based and available and do so many more things. With COVID, though, the need is certainly there for us to make sure that we are able to do our job, especially remotely, and being cloud-based, it would certainly make that a lot easier for us.
Thank you. Thank you for coming to the meeting and representing the prosecuting attorney and the office. If other commissioners don't have any questions, I'll make a motion to move this forward. Move to bring forward the contract extension between Michigan State Police and Isabella County prosecuting attorneys, extending the deadline to December 31st, 2020, federal pass-through coronavirus emergency supplemental funding, to the board meeting next Tuesday.
I will support that. Is there any more discussion? Seeing none, we will proceed to vote. All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same. Okay, that motion has passed, and we will move that to the work session. And thank you again, Ms. Marshall, for filling us up on
Thank you.
that. So,
Thank you.
okay, moving on. We have considered approving the professional service agreement, Isabella County and integrated softwares for hazardous mitigation plan development services, and the estimated cost of $36,219.84, and authorize the board chair to sign the same. I see we have Mark Griffiths there. Or did I see him earlier? No.
He's here.
I'm here if you can hear me.
Up in my corner. This Hollywood Squares thing is getting
Actually got the right amount today too. You got 9, so that's good.
yeah, I know.
Margaret, you're Paul in today.
Okay,
So this is our process that we're following for the RFP that was submitted. We've evaluated, we've determined to recommend that we contract with ISC to move forward with it. The nice thing is it's under budget for what our grant can support. And I'm looking forward to having them help us get our hazard mitigation plan up to date and approved by FEMA. With all that being said, I can entertain any questions at this point.
Okay. I see they were ranked, and 3 of them were within the budget and 2 of them were not. You want to
I
talk
think
about,
that's opposite.
pardon?
I think that was opposite. There are 3 that were not in the
Oh, I'm
budget.
sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, there were correct. There was 3 that didn't make it within our budget that the grant would be able to support without us having to contribute extra money. 2 of them that we went through and ranked. The one that we did select had some experience in Michigan and Oakland County. That was a favorable experience from the emergency management side. So I believe we'll be able to get everything that we want. The crucial part is to get that hazard mitigation plan updated so we can be qualified for disaster assistance and mediation projects in the future as we go forward. It'll take us probably 12 or more months to get this entire process done. It's quite extensive. It's very nice to have a contractor that will lead the way and help guide us through the process and get through all the federal hoops at FEMA.
Just one question. I see you just said it might take a year or more, but the contract's for a year. Is there any discussion if that goes beyond the time, or?
We're projected to not go beyond the time, but again, our
Okay.
grant is for about 50,000 even, so we do have some room if we have to make any adjustments, but my initial game plan is to come in on time, on target. But as I remember, we had a lot of discussion about how FEMA doesn't approve the plan until the commissioners approve the plan, and the commissioners didn't want to approve the plan unless they knew FEMA was going to approve the plan. So it was like a chicken and the egg. So that was at the end of the hall, but if we can get to that point, I'm confident we can finish the whole project and cross that finish line. So if it comes up, I'm sure I'll work with Margaret to get any hiccups done.
Commissioner Slaney, do you have anything for Mr. Griffith?
No, I just, it sounds like you have faith in integrated solutions to get it done, and I'm glad to see that we've contacted with emergency in Oakland to confirm that, and I know we need to get this done to utilize that grant money. $50,000 is quite a bit of money that to not use or when you need it. Situation. So that's all, the only comment I have.
Any other comments?
Surprisingly quiet on my end today.
Yeah, well, we'll see how long that lasts. So we will, I will make the motion that we move this forward to the session, the approving the professional service agreements between Isabella County and the integrated softwares. Is there support?
Now second that.
Okay, it's been moved and supported that we move this forward to the work session. Is there any more discussion? All in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same. We will move that forward. That has passed, and we will move it forward to the work session. Next item up is also Mr. Griffith. So is consider approving the amendment to the software license and service subscription agreement between Central Square Technologies LLC and Isabella County Central Dispatch dated February 1st, 2021, and authorize the board chair to sign the same. So you're up again.
Okay, so this is the first of three parts of our very large CAD project that you're going to see today, commissioners. So again, the company bought our current CAD provider. We're going over to their new product that they have. And as they've moved us along, there's a couple of formal parts of the documentation process that they would like us to have. So they've reduced it down to paper. This is Amendment 2 is what it's titled at the top. And it's a no cost quote, and it just articulates that Isabella County Central Dispatch is going to have 2 full-time seats and 3 backup seats. And that basically states what our normal daily operating operations are here that we have with the number of seats and CAD computers that operate on them. And at our backup center at Central Michigan University, they'll have 1 full-time seat and 3 backup seats as that goes forward. So again, it's a no cost, just a little bit more clarification. You'll see another 2 documents relative to this. Again, another no cost and one talking about a shared system part, but just part of the formalities of moving through a large project. If there's any questions.
I do not have any questions. I like no cost proposals, and we see more of them. Commissioner Swaney, you have anything?
No cost is good, and working together to provide backups for the emergency system is excellent too. So
Hopefully we won't have to ever use the backups. So
right. Anything else?
any other
I'll make a
questions?
motion to bring this agreement or amendment forward with the Central Square software license, Isabella County Central Dispatch, to the Board of Commissioners meeting next Tuesday.
Okay, I will support that. So moved and supported that we move the amendment 2 to the software licensing and service subscription agreement. Is there any more discussion on this? Seeing none, we will proceed to vote. All in favor signify by aye. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same. The motion has passed, and we will move that forward to the work session. Okay, moving right along. The next item up is consider approving the shared systems acknowledgement between Isabella County Central Dispatch and Central Michigan University Police Department and authorize the board chair to sign the same. Mr. Griffith, again.
Okay, so this is again, continuing on that process of the paperwork. We are the host agency with our server that's here, and then we'd go over to Central Michigan University. They're a participating agency. This is part of the documentation that's requested by Central Square to have an acknowledgement that that's how we operate. No cost to this at all.
Okay, yeah, it's good to be working with our other partners in the county and having a good working relationship. So I do not have any questions for you on this. It's pretty straightforward. Commissioner Swaney, do you have anything?
I was just curious, when I was looking at this, do we have any agreements or does Mount Pleasant have any local service like Central Michigan?
So
Or do
this-
you cover them?
Yeah, we cover them. This is specifically about the dispatching of the units. The
Yeah.
other software integrations or connections have to do with their report writing systems, and we do export data to their systems so they can do the reports. But
Okay.
because they don't have a dispatch and they're not a backup dispatch location, it's just us and CMU in the county that we have this with.
Mhm. So their dispatches, it's merely police and fire.
Correct. Yep.
Thank you for clarification.
Okay, any more questions? If not, I will move that we can, moving to the work session, consider the shared system acknowledgement agreement between Isabella Central Dispatch and Central Michigan University. Is there support?
Support for Swaney?
Okay, it's been moved and supported that we move this to the work session of the shared system acknowledgement between Central Michigan Dispatch and Central Michigan. Is there any more discussion on this before we vote? Seeing none, we will, excuse me, proceed to vote. All in favor, signify by aye. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same. The motion has passed and we will move this forward to the work session. So, okay, one more item on the agenda, and that is consider approving the change order in reference to the Q13848 from Central Square Technologies for the CAD paging interface and authorize the board chair to sign the same. And I knew exactly what that was before I even read the thing, no. I tried CAD once in high school, but it didn't set. So you need to explain this.
So the paging, this is how when a dispatcher, what we call drops a call or enters a call in for the fire departments to go to the call, then a third-party piece of software currently was taking over, sending stuff out and faxing stuff and all kinds of old technology. Not the best integration with the current platform. It's had some problems. This new CAD software group program that they're offering, they have a better solution, no cost again, as you see in the change order, large project. Now that we've been able to get in and configure some of our CAD system where it's looking, this is the way to go with this paging interface at no cost. And I'm happy to present that to you guys right now so we can continue on moving with programming the ability to page out fire and SWAT teams and dive team and people like that as we go.
Great. Sounds like we're moving right along. So as Commissioner Swaney, you have any questions?
It's nice to see we get the grant monies to upgrade all these softwares and systems that have been, around for a while. Even 10 years is a long time with software.
18.
18.
Chairman Engler.
Yes.
You know I couldn't. I couldn't go. I got to item 8 without saying anything.
I was.
Mark, again, just shows the importance of the 911 system in our community and all this software. And as Chairman Engler said, the CAD. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. I wouldn't even, at least he attempted to take it. I didn't even think about it. So, it just again goes to show what this community is and what we're all about in the community. And it's good to see that we're keeping up and growing and changing and trying to get out in front instead of following. So thank you for everything. And That's all I've got. So thank you, Chairman Engler, for letting me speak.
That might be a oxymoron, letting you speak. Okay, we won't go there. It's getting out of hand here, so
Right, I'll make a motion quickly.
quickly, yes, get me out of this, quick.
There we go.
I
Foot and mouth.
move to bring forward the change order in reference to Q 13848 from the Central Square Technologies for CAD paging interface to the Board of Commissioners meeting on Tuesday.
And I will support that. So it's been moved and supported that we move this to the work session. Is there any more discussion? Okay, seeing none, we will proceed to vote. All in favor signify by aye.
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 Opposed the same. The motion has passed and we will move this forward to the work session. And thank you, Mr. Griffiths, for the updates and a couple of the no cost motions. So thank you much. Moving forward, we have a call to the public. Does anybody would like to comment on this?
There is no public at this time, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, and I thought we were going to be long on this, so but looks like we're not. So having accomplished all we needed to do today, I will call the meeting adjourned and thank you, everyone. Thanks.
Thank you.
Take care.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
Yep.